time for picks and bans for game number 2 between the Afreeca Freecs and KT. Looks like Kindred is the first ban.
Second Kindred ban in the row for Afreeca, taking away the TF2. Now, Kindred has long been one of Score's best champions. Kindred games last season were very impressive, definitely more impressive than some of his Nidalee games. Maybe trying to first pick that again, but LirA did not have an impressive Nidalee game in the last one.
Zilean banned again. We were wondering after game number 1 if that was maybe something that would slip through, but nope. Africa sticking to the bans.
Will the Veigar slip through?
I don't know. I feel like that's maybe not the most necessary.
Well, they are. KT is on red side though, so the fact that they can last pick it is going to be a major concern. Now, KT may not care about giving away the Nidalee, considering that Score managed to outfarm the Nidalee on Elise. And if Africa first picks that again, they may be happy just to take some of the other major picks in response. Still no Ryze ban here, and it will be a Nidalee ban on the side of Africa, so maybe they want to go for the Ryze, or at least threaten it. I think KT should probably take that out of the pool. Would result most likely in a first pick of 0 or Ekko for Africa.
Final ban is the Ryze this time around from KT, not wanting to let Africa have a chance of first picking that. So what's it going to be? Ekko available, Maokai available?
It'll be Ekko or Azir, almost certainly.
Yep, unless they want to grab an early Sivir, perhaps.
No, I don't think they're going to put quite a premium on that. Sangyoon has a deep pool, but speaking of AD carries, the Lucian through again.
True. Yeah, Sivir actually falling all the way through picks and bans last game.
Yeah, Sivir hasn't had that same priority, so it's not too surprising. There's a lot of AD carries you can work with, and Ekko will be that first pick. So is it going to be the Azir here for KT? Have a chance to go Azir Lucian.
Ssumday likes to rotate between Kale and Teemo because it says KT.
Yep, that's very true, actually.
Yep.
It's KET.
Yep.
Right there. Which is why he's doing that.
Karma. Maybe. Is Karma worthy of a first rotation from KT, do you think?
I think they did well with it in the last game. Again, it is a flex pick, particularly on that red side.
They did, but that early though. I feel like we don't see Karma picked so early in drafts.
Could take the Karma Lucian here. Karma Viktor would be surprising because that would dedicate you to playing Karma in that support role, but I guess they're just going to go for it.
Yeah.
Interesting that they would grab the Viktor.
Yeah, not hiding a lot in their mid pick. Unless it's a support Viktor. It's not a support Viktor.
It's not.
Spoiler alert.
Could be a top Karma though. You can
That's true.
never discount that one.
You never know.
That does happen from time to time, but it's probably safe to assume that that will be heading over to the support position. Now, Africa has a chance to play that Azir, get the skill matchup between the Viktor and the Azir in the mid lane that we've seen so many times before, but they're clearly not worried about Mickey's champion pool, especially when they ban the Vladimir. It does enable the first pick Viktor, where you're not going to get wrecked in the laning phase.
Elise and Ezreal will be the pickups.
Yeah, basically they're going to take Ezreal now because there's a very real chance that the Maokai is going to come through from KT in this game. So get a champion that's strong against the Maokai. Arrow yawning on your screen. Taking a look at the Ashe so we can get some arrows, but I think you go for the Lucian. Why not?
Some arrows, bullets instead. And of course that Garen going to be locked in, no doubt. Oh.
So boring, KT.
Yeah.
Fly really wants to Garen.
He does, I can't believe.
He's raring for the Garen. I'm not, though. I think Garen is one of the worst champions in this game.
You're bewaring the Garen?
No, there's no beware, really.
All right. You're not scaring the Garen? Rek'Sai, Lucian.
Rek'Sai and Lucian.
Yep. Wow, immediate Varus Soraka, actually, for the Afreeca Freecs. That was maybe a bit unexpected. The Varus, not so much, but the Soraka we don't see a whole lot of in Korea.
SK Telecom, probably the most notable Korean team playing Soraka these days.
Yeah.
Still good poke composition, great kite potential. I would still be a little bit worried about Afreeca, especially that Maokai is going to have a pretty free ticket into the backline if they select it. Not really a whole lot of peel between the Soraka and the Elise, so you're very vulnerable when you set up for a siege to a TP flank.
And it's a bit early for the Aurelia pick. Again, we are still on 6.10. But the Yasuo, I don't know. There's really only
You can split push. That's the thing
one
is,
knockup.
yeah, you can split push, but he's not going to pick that again. It did not work out when he picked it
I think the Maokai
against SK Telecom. Yeah, Maokai is such a good pick here.
I mean, they let Ssumday have Maokai, and Ssumday does things on Maokai that really nobody else is able to do. I can't.
What's going on, Doa?
I can't keep a straight face with that chicken ad, man. I can't.
What's going on?
I said, hey. I wake up in the morning, I step outside, and
You just ask what's going on, and
That's
then
right,
chicken rains from the sky.
that's right.
Korea's a magical place with sky
know.
chicken. All right, well, it will be the Maokai. I think this is the natural pickup here, even though there's an Ezreal. Of course, Afreeca is going to have a hard time dealing with that on any kind of siege setup just because the peel is so limited. You have single target CC coming out of the Varus and the Elise, and that can be hard to hit on a Maokai that is running in with home guards onto your back line. Pretty much guaranteed to get that twisted advance off. Also, he can flash the projectiles of Cocoon and Chains of Corruption, so it's not that hard to counterplay that. If you are Afreeca, though, you've got to pick composition. You can chain your CC extremely effectively, deal a lot of that damage, so they will have to look for that. In the early parts of this game,
Yeah.
not too sold on Afreeca's comp when they knew the Maokai was still coming in. I think the Soraka could have easily been replaced by something like a Braum or a Nami that would have more reliable disengage, but that's what we're going to get, Doa.
That's right. We can't do anything about it. It's just how life is sometimes. We will see if it's enough for Afreeca to tie up this series and force a Game 3, or will KT Rolster close it out right here? Let's get in the game and find out. Welcome, oh of course, welcome to Summoner's Rift. Afreeca Freecs versus KT Rolster game number 2. And it is a Cloud Drake to start things out.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. Oh well. Sad days.
Sad days, sad trombones.
Sad Drakes.
Sad Drakes, definitely. Although we do call him the Clown Drake, so wouldn't he be happy?
Well, maybe
Is he a
he's
sad clown?
Sad clown, yeah. Those are pretty popular, you know. Yep. Like, I'm here, Mom. Fly. Something else. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Oh, he misses, Huh. I don't know. Something.
Thanks, Toa.
That's my translating skills. I'll be here for a while. Yeah, I'm pretty good. I know. Basically, ready to be the ambassador to this country from the U.S.
Ambassador Doa.
That's right. Although, honestly, I think our current ambassador doesn't actually speak very good Korean.
I have no idea.
I've heard him speak Korean. It's not that great. But he seems like a cool guy.
He got attacked by that knife-wielding maniac.
I know. Jeez, that was not cool. Yeah. Well, nobody said it was a easy job, I suppose, being an ambassador. Oh, those are the wolves of KT. Those are the wolves of Hachani.
Hachani took the little ones, didn't get the big one though. Smite comes through from LirA, still annoying to have to deal with that. SnowFlower doing his best to also be annoying.
Yeah.
The score is going to have to
Run.
take a detour.
Whoa.
Wow.
Double flash.
Sangyoon really wanted to go for that.
He tried to go for the fadeaway mystic shot on that one.
Getting fancy here.
All right, Sangyoon Barkley
Not going to work someday.
with the skyhook next.
Has to flash out, but again, most of the time in these lane swaps, early flashes are not very impactful.
Wow, nobody able to kill the wolves on the KT side of things.
It's fine. You see that with some regularity. Sometimes you do get driven off of some of these jungle camps by the support player right there at level 1. So take your lumps and head over to the safer side of the jungle. Ssumday taking a detour through the river. Actually, Hachani helping out the jungler right here. Some of these camps, just giving score a little bit of a hand.
Yep, or at least a little bit of a magical fireball thing. I don't think Karma
most
uses
helpful.
her hands.
Yep, just shoots lasers, I guess.
Well, not really lasers. It's like magical energy. Is that Project Karma, though? Is that what that skin is?
I have no idea what that is.
I think it is. Anyway, it's magic.
Oh no!
What? Oh, it reset.
How did it reset like that?
I don't know. I mean,
It was standing right in the pit.
yeah, I'm a bit confused. All right, well, he killed it again anyway, but that was weird. I want to see a replay of that.
Well, you're not going to get to, Doa. So.
I know, but I want to.
Well, sometimes we don't get what we want.
Well, if we try, sometimes we just might find we get what we need.
Do we need a replay?
No, I guess not. we might get something else, though. Who knows?
Interesting that we didn't see the solo gold there be handed over to Ssumday. Instead, they accelerate that a little bit. He will get a few more CS, it's like, as they push it back out. But not going to give the solo turret gold to the top laner. So he will be just a smidge behind.
A smidge. An iota. Tiny bit.
That's it.
Yep.
You know your synonyms.
I do.
Part of the skills of casting.
Is there a synonym for the word synonym? Oh, never mind. Johnny might be in a little bit of trouble. Never mind, he's not. Is there a synonym for synonyms?
I don't know.
I thought you would know. You should know these things.
I don't know that one, though.
What was your degree in again? I forgot. Can you remind me?
Reckon you on broadcast. I'm really good at that.
I think you might want to go back and take a few more courses, Mr. Christo.
Owning Doa.
I don't think they offer a degree in that.
You'd be surprised.
They don't offer degrees in impossible things.
I was going to say it's so easy that why would you even offer a degree in it? But
Well, see, you went for the wrong thing there, so I'd say maybe you do need a few lessons. Don't worry, stick with me, kid. You're gonna go far. Looks like it's another turret trade, but that's what happens in a lane swap.
the most exciting of times.
That's right. Hey, well, you like these.
Yeah, I do, when they have some difference to them and we get to see the results. But last game it was exciting. We got to see Ssumday have a pretty kick-ass performance playing from behind.
Yeah, it's true.
Arrow playing really well on that Lucian, and the rest of the team really prioritizing getting in those skirmishes while they knew they had a crazy item advantage. So there is a lot of excitement to be coming out of lane swaps. Not taking this early Rift Herald, though. That's...
Huh. Okay. Well, looks like they're going to get it. I mean, KT really has no idea this is going on.
Also, Arrow is starting Cull Boots of Swiftness, so against this Ezreal, he's not going to...
Oh,
LirA!
LirA! There's Repel. Can they get him? I would imagine they probably can. We'll see the brawls happening now, though. Hachani, there's Fly with the flash. First blood. Another one comes in for Karma, and KT just all over. 3 kills for 1 on Afreeca. Oh, make it 2 for 2. Make it 3 for 2. Yeah, 3 for 2, 2 for 2. There we go. I don't know math. I wasn't a math major. It's 2 for 2.
Was 2 for 2, but Score actually ended up with the Rift Herald buff and all of that, and he actually got the kill too. So it was a bit of a mad scramble. As we're going to take a look at this, LirA just so low, and he repels up. He's got nowhere to go right now. Exhaust has to be used on Hachani as he comes in, but he has that Ignite ticking away Fly. Zooms in, gets the Q kill. Chain of Corruption just barely missed. Ikssu shows up, however, late TP from Ssumday, and it's actually canceled. So he does actually force them to lose a lot of CS in that bottom lane as a result. So Ssumday actually gets a pretty big farm lead because he didn't TP and he canceled it in the end. And they deny that farm into the tier 2 turret. So there is There is actually a lot to like about that play from KT. They went even, they got the Rift Herald buff.
Uh-oh, ikssu gets stunned by the parallel convergence, flashes out of it, or actually gets the stuns with the parallel convergence, flashes out.
Really close.
Yeah.
Still had that flash, actually. He came in and then just eat over that wall instead of using his flash in that last fight. But here comes Ssumday right away to try and put down more pressure on this turret. So KT doing a great job of using that advantage.
Yep. Minion wave takes a big hit from the two-shot barrage down in bot lane. Score is zoning out the other members of Afreeca Freecs, though, so they will take about half the turret's health away. Not bad.
Yeah, Ekko just really starved as a result of that. Afreeca.
Cocoon on to score. SnowFlower adding some damage with that Soraka, but not a ton. Only a smidge.
One smidge of damage.
Yeah, I brought it full circle there.
Nice job. Good casting.
Thanks. Battle over the ward.
Ward wars.
They both won. It's a tie. Europe is thrilled.
All the Europeans just got jumped out of their chairs and went crazy right there, though.
That's right. Hooray! They screamed in unison.
Nobody cares about Cloud Drake. That's what I'm learning about this game.
Seriously,
they would
man.
rather fight over Rift Herald than
Seriously.
try and take a Cloud Drake.
It is so
in fact,
bad.
We saw Arrow just leave that lane and swap right back into the top side.
Yep.
See, the Cloud Drake has really mastered the art of staying alive as a neutral camp in this game, Noah.
That's true. He's the toughest Drake they have. He just does not die. A bit of damage on this mid lane turret, but the wave clear from KT is enough to prevent them from taking a ton.
Turns out the best way to stay alive on Summoner's Rift is just to be absolutely useless.
Hey, the Rift Herald kind of pioneered this strategy, and now it's being used by the Cloud Drake.
It's been perfected.
Really, yeah. Definitely. Afreeca Freecs going for a Baron's, or a little bit early for that, a blue steal.
Yeah, they've got great wards in their own jungle, too. So they can detect any kind of counterplay on that side.
Viktor just so pleased with himself. Afreeca takes the Cloud Drake, and nobody cares.
They're like, we'd rather have farm on our Lucian. Whatever.
They're like, all right, Ocean Drake is next. That's more interesting.
It actually is better just to farm up Arrow right now with that call and
Totally.
get him into that power spike so you can actually fight over a Drake that means something.
Yeah. Absolutely true. Pretty big CS lead for Ssumday for the moment anyway, but yeah, and it's probably going to continue, honestly. Ikssu is in the jungle right now. He's going after wolves. This has gotten pretty bad.
He's got nowhere to farm. Meanwhile, this Maokai, that's sort of a reverse situation, except KT has more farm just straight up absolutely everywhere, except for in that mid lane. So Mickey's been doing his job of zoning out Fly, but the side lanes are turning into a bit of a train wreck, as like you said, there isn't any place for ikssu to go. Somebody has a 2-level advantage and double the CS effectively.
That is fairly massive.
Yeah, he's going to recall here. Just come right back into the lane once it hits the turret, trying to avoid a potential dive. But it would be difficult to dive this one. Trying to threaten ikssu right now.
Yeah, they should be able to get this tier 2. I don't think if freaking stop him. They're going to go in onto ikssu now. He doesn't have his flash yet, and he may go down. He will. Another kill for Arrow. And things are looking pretty grim for Afreeca Freecs right out of the gate.
Yeah, the question, actually Ssumday has a lot of HP left on that turret, so they're going to be just recall and actually save it. And they're going to deny even more farm by pushing this in straight to the inhibitor turret. So ikssu is really having problems.
Yeah, he is completely shut down in this game so far.
But it's his team. They made a decision right there to try and push up to the tier 2 with the jungler and the support instead of helping ikssu out or trying to prevent that turret from going down, even though it had already taken about 50% of his HP on another push earlier in this game. So they are not helping, his teammates are not really helping ikssu at all here. And Ssumday was amazing when he was this far behind in the last game where ikssu is right now, and now he is in just an extraordinarily good place.
And he's playing Maokai, so...
His most played champion of all time.
Yeah, so if you wanted like a nightmare scenario if you were playing against KT, as you see Mickey all in by Fly, Hachani's there, lands a Q for the slow. Mickey just barely dodging that last tick of the Chaos Storm. He'll get out. Yeah, if you want a nightmare scenario if you're playing against KT, give Ssumday Maokai and then give him a 30 CS advantage.
Also give him a situation where he basically just has to build armor. Because
yep, that too.
Late game Ekko and Elise are not going to be too scary for him if he just has enough HP, so...
Yeah. Oh, well, I got the red buff, I guess.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Taking it away there. Pops in with his death ray.
Why does Viktor not laugh then? I feel like that's a reason Viktor should really be chortling with Fleet.
You could laugh yourself. Slash laugh.
Oh, Sangyoon gets healed. The wish used by SnowFlower is going to flash away. Oh, I'm sorry, that was just regular heal. Oop. Shot Barrage takes out the rest of the minions. And Hachani's going to speed himself up out of there.
Can't get the turret, but they do have pressure on both of the side lanes right now. Not going to transition this into a mid lane push, interestingly, like we might normally see under these circumstances. Instead, just going to recall. But usually this is where you really want to put on the pressure. And what can Afreeca do right now? Iksu is far behind. They're trying desperately to catch up. Meanwhile, Ezreal is still trying to scale with the use of that tier. So KT in the driver's seat 100%.
Yeah. Stealing the blue buff. Goes over to Ssumday this time.
Wow, that is interesting, giving him the blue buff at this stage.
I mean, they can take their own, I believe, and give it over to...
Yeah, they will be able to soon.
Fly. Yeah. Next dragon, that Ocean Drake, I believe, up in about a minute 30.
Where do you think Varus goes when he hooks into the sky?
I don't know. But where does anybody go when they recall and fly into the sky?
What is Elise repelled to? There must be some sort of ceiling over Summoner's Rift.
It's the same thing Spider-Man attaches his webs to when he's swinging around. Whatever's up there, who knows? Nobody's quite figured that out.
At least Spider-Man, we know there are skyscrapers.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just like in the air, you know? We just assume there's some building nearby.
I assume that there's some sort of ceiling. It's actually a dome.
That's why like Spider-Man wouldn't work in like rural Minnesota, where I went to high school, because there's nothing, not even trees around there. There's nothing. So you just have Spider-Man like running around on the flat ground, which is not anywhere near as impressive.
I wonder why they don't shoot Spider-Man sequences in those kind of environments, Della.
See, they should. You know, that's the real key. They should have a supervillain that his hideout is in a completely flat, open, like in the salt flats or something like that.
In Utah.
Spider-Man has to go fight him. What are you going to do now, Spider-Man? There's nothing to swing around on. That's right. This supervillain just lives in a... Whoa! Hachani gets sniped. By
not anywhere close to his jungler.
Whoopsie.
Trying to get that vision in.
Hey, guess what? Hachani's Hachani. But yeah, man, if I was going to fight Spider-Man, you see Arrow take the Krug, I would just have my secret hideout be like a teepee in the middle of the salt flats.
And then just surround it with landmines?
That's right. I'd be like, come at me, bro. Yeah, why hasn't anyone thought of this? This is brilliant. There. Now we know how to defeat Spider-Man.
Good. I was having that problem.
Yeah,
I was actually having a Spider-Man infestation.
I hate it when that happens. Sticking on the walls, teleport, bring it in. SnowFlower just gets blown up. KT finds him. Meanwhile, Ssumday working on Sangyoon down in the bot lane. Here comes the rest of KT. Good luck, buddy. Flashes away, but there's a kill for Arrow. LirA decides he wants to sacrifice himself. Nice slow. Where are you going to repel to? Death. Double kill for Arrow. He was trapped like Spider-Man in a salt flat.
That's our favorite new expression.
Like Spider-Man on the salt flat. I like it. It works. Yeah, I mean, really, these supervillains just aren't thinking about things in a geographical sense. That's the problem.
Got to be creative with your layer. Your layer location.
Your layer location. Oh, sorry, Sangyoon. You have true shot barrage at an correct time. So Ocean Drake goes over to KT.
Yeah, and you see the start of this here. SnowFlower caught out alone. Score just cruises underneath him, gets the knock-up arrow. Even though he went for the Essence Reaver build this time instead of actually going for the arm penetration build, he is still doing a lot of damage. Sangyoon,
oh yeah,
Ssumday did 90% of the work right there, but he can just breeze in, dash forward, and take it out. I guess LirA decides that going to Hachani is the lesser of all evils right there.
Can't even manage to give the kill to support. KT wants another buff. Oh, yep.
LirA got
Did
it.
he get it? Nope. Score caught up. Actually, he's in a bit of trouble here. Chains of Corruption goes down. They're using everything to try to kill this guy, and they can't do it. That hurts. KT just backing away now. Well, at least he got the red buff. Was it worth it?
No, I think LirA got the red buff right there.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
they got the red buff, but then they use all that stuff to try to kill Score, and they didn't do it.
Score did have to use his flash. Fly did have to burn his ultimate, so relatively even as far as these things go. And LirA did actually end up with a Scuttle Crab right there, not getting it stolen away by the Karma Q.
That's good.
Well, it's time for Afreeca to do something. They have the Yomu's Ghostblade. It's like arrow going into the rapid fire cannon just for some more distance here. Doesn't want to be caught out by a lot of the poke that's coming in from Mickey and Sangyoon.
Makes sense.
I don't know. I think that he had a big advantage in this game. He also has 4 kills, so maybe you just go for that super punishing early game build like he did last time.
Maybe.
Not entirely convinced that this is the right angle, especially when he's going to be able to close that gap thanks to the Maokai and, of course, the Karma speed.
It's like he's fighting left-handed to prove a point. Blue buff goes over to Score.
Takes that one away immediately. Score going for a damage build here, so Tiamat will be the Ravenous Hydra, or I mean Titanic Hydra build.
True.
It has been oh so popular here.
Somebody warned Captain Planet about these junglers because they're all going Hail Hydra right now.
You mean Captain America.
Captain America. I said Captain Planet, didn't I? Wow. That was a bit embarrassing.
Somebody warned Captain Planet because Afreeca is trying to cut down the trees.
There you go. You saved it.
I
Thank
did
you.
it.
Got my back. I appreciate it. That's why we work so well together. I guess I revealed my crossover fan fiction that I've been working so hard on lately.
Captain Planet fights Hydra.
It's called Captains Combine. Captain Planet, Captain America, and Captain Commando as well.
Captain Planet is truly the more international, though,
He is.
of the superheroes.
It's
not
true.
just representing one country.
Uh-huh.
He represents all of us.
Well, at least
for
5
nature.
of them anyway. Yeah. I just feel bad for the kid that got the heart power. The power is really bad.
Hey, control animals.
No, he can't. He can't. No, he actually can't control animals. He can only make animals not attack him.
That's such a
Which is-
weak power.
I know. That's the thing. If you could make like a tiger attack your enemies or like an elephant trample your foes, that would be useful. But no, all you can do is make a bear not kill you. And here comes Score. Nobody can control him. They can web him for a short time, but here comes Ssumday right onto Mickey. Gets exhausted immediately. Mickey getting low. Arrow backing away. Arrow barely survives that one for the moment anyway. Ikssu trying to get that kill. He's going to flash in for it. One on each side right now. Ssumday claims another victim in that Soraka before he comes down. It's quite the melee, isn't it? 2 for 2. KT backing away after the brawl.
That's the problem, though, with this Maokai is that he can just roll right in, use that flash, and get on top of the Varus immediately. And you don't really want to use your crowd control on the Maokai. Meanwhile, of course, the damage from Arrow and Fly will be eating up that front line.
Man.
By the way, Doa, I can actually have the Captain Planet power of heart. All I need is a really big gun. And I actually have the same power. Animals can't attack me.
Well, they might still attack you. You can just kill them while they're doing it. That's not
Same
not quite
effect,
the same. I don't think Captain Planet would agree with you there. I think he might have issue with that.
Whatever, I'll just go join Captain Poacher instead.
Captain Poacher. I think he's that dentist from Minnesota or something like that. Wisconsin, I don't know, wherever he's from. Yeah. I think Captain Planet was lame. sorry.
Pretty sure there's a reason they haven't even tried to turn that into a movie yet. Meanwhile, they've been
SNL did it.
wrecking our childhoods with everything else. Transformers, Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, man.
Michael Bay single-handedly ruining early 90s cartoons.
No kidding. And now they're making a Power Rangers live-action movie.
Really?
I mean, it was always kind of live-action, but now they're making like a, a newer one, I guess, updated one. I don't think that's necessary. I mean, giant robots are cool. I like that. I like Pacific Rim, and I like Power Rangers, but I don't know. I don't know. At least it's not being done by Michael Bay, so it has that going for it. Score coming in. KT, Arrow, and ikssu are there as well, or Hachani rather. Here with the red buff. They use the Chains of Corruption, but no follow-up. Just purely a disengage tool to get them out of there.
They can't really stop Ssumday at this point either. They can't stop his recalls, though, Doa.
Oh, the cocoon. Here comes ikssu. They may have him here. Yep, they will.
Oh, that was another sloppy recall, courtesy of KT Rolster. They were having a lot of issues actually stopping his split push.
Yeah.
But they can catch him out and 1v3 him when he has 50% HP.
KT got so far ahead this game that they started to get a little bit lazy, haven't they? And
it would appear that way, Doa. It would appear that way. And you can't get lazy when the Baron is spawned.
oh, Hachani.
Straight to the ward.
That was just a Hachani moment right there, wasn't it?
Wandering off by himself.
Pull the Hachani there. If your support walks into a brush and dies, it's called pulling a Hachani. Well, this game has gotten a bit silly now. Mid lane turret taken by the Afreeca Freecs, and here's the teleport. Here comes Ssumday right in the Chains of Corruption. Score, though, zoning out some of the members of Afreeca. Ooh, Arrow comes in with a ton of damage on that Lucian. LirA trapped as well. Gonna repel and come right back down to death. Another double kill comes in for Arrow. Pushing ikssu away for the moment, but they're going for that mid lane turret. Hachani's back.
He's back.
Welcome back, Hachani.
He's walking down the mid lane while his allies killed everybody else.
Yep, they don't need him.
They're going to recall, then try this Baron, presumably, once they Rek'Sai ult back in.
I mean, Sangyoon provides a lot of poke, as you can see. Hachani already poked out here. Is this Baron really safe to do?
Yes, they have a full HP Maokai and a full HP Rek'Sai. They can turn on them in a heartbeat.
All right, SnowFlower a bit low as well. Hachani trying to zone. He put the shield on himself. Baron getting lower. Death Ray, Fly trying to create some damage outside the pit. They will get that Baron. What do you know? 7,000 gold lead.
Pretty huge. These games have been extremely dominant from KT.
Yeah, they have.
They're not afraid to come back in, even after having a bit of a mistake right there. Afreeca over pursues down the mid lane on this turret, and KT already has a ward there. They have the answer. They do double up on the CC there with the cocoon and the Chain of Corruption, so Ssumday actually escapes relatively quickly from that. Also have a huge commitment there from Score and Fly and Arrow onto the likes of Mickey, so there's no escaping there. And just easy for them to fall back, regenerate the Rek'Sai, send her straight back to the Baron pit with the ultimate, and that's going to get the first Baron of the game very early once more for KT.
Yeah. Now the pushing begins. We'll see what they can get done.
Arrow going with the Bloodthirster. He is just trying to survive that poke and be able to regen in case it does dip into his health.
Yep. Already at 6-1 and 2 on that Lucian. Really, really strong.
Everybody's strong. Score is an unstoppable split pusher with this Baron buff right now, considering he already has the Titanic Hydra. Doesn't have any MR though, so ikssu may be a bit of a thorn in his side. Nope, just
maybe
kidding.
not. Yeah, that's not going so well for ikssu.
Just a prank.
Yep. Whenever I hear Titanic Hydra, I think of like a Titanic that sinks, but then 2 more boats come up out of the ocean after that happens.
But then they keep sinking.
Take that, icebergs.
And that's how the ocean was filled with Titanics. They just keep sinking and multiplying over and over and over again.
That's right. James Cameron was busy for years. Mickey nearly gets blown up by Fly and the gang. They're going to get that mid lane turret, and the Baron push continues. Ssumday in the back lines trying to zone. Takes a lot of damage, though. They've got 2 Ocean Drakes, so if you get out of combat, you can regen quickly. Parallel Convergence doesn't catch anyone. The turret takes a lot of damage.
It's just going to be this cycle until the Baron buff runs out. Methodical pressure here from KT Rolster. Afreeca does have that great wave clear, however, so won't be the easiest to push this in if they're all going to be grouped 5 in the mid lane. May just have to take a pass at getting the final tier 2 turret. But I like the way they're playing this out. They may not have double TP, but when you have a Titanic Hydra Rek'Sai, you sure can play like you have it.
Oh yeah. And to a certain extent, I mean, yeah, when you've got the Rek'Sai, you've got that ultimate, so it's kind of like the ability to teleport and move yourself around.
Make sure you have the tunnels in the right place with your team. Chain of Corruption goes down.
Yeah, that's right, but not a huge follow-up. And that's just going to be another turret taken by KT. Ssumday on to ikssu right now, and KT, I don't know if they want to run to this choke. Looks like they're going to go for it. That's a little bit dangerous.
Don't worry.
We'll back out, yeah. Don't run into chokes. That's a...
Just play it cool, KT. Play it cool.
That's right. There's a lot of dead words there. Wow.
Go for the next Drake.
Whatever it may be.
The mystery Drake.
Oh, it is. Oh, can't see it. Oh, no. Can't see it.
It's okay, Doa. We'll find out.
Oh. So close.
So close.
What is it? More mysterious than the ending of an episode of Lost. Teleport coming in. There's a slow onto LirA. Mickey getting chased, getting blown up. That Chaos Storm did a ton of damage. And ikssu finds himself alone in the enemy team once again. 2 men stunned with the parallel convergence, but again, Afreeca not able to capitalize on that in a 3v5. So even though the Baron buff's gone, KT looking like they're ready to try to push into the base. But they have no minion wave. That's a bit awkward.
And the minion wave that's coming was just trimmed up by the True Shot Barrage, so should be pretty easy to take out. At least 3 of the minions were. And as we can see, that's going to be a little bit more difficult to push, but maybe not enough at this point in time. 10,000 gold lead in 30 minutes, so...
Yeah, that'll do it. So inhibitor turret goes down, and they're going to just move to the other inhibitor turret. Maybe a little bit better to take out the turrets and come back for the inhibitors later.
Yeah, absolutely. You just want to crack the base open, but with everybody respawning, you have to make a tough call whether you're going to take 1 inhibitor or take 2 turrets instead.
I like the turrets.
I like the turrets too. They can just come over here, take their Mountain Drake.
Mountain Drake.
Take the next Baron in 2 minutes, and then you really have all the pressure in the world.
That is true. Mountain Drake claimed by KT. And they're now 11,000 gold ahead. They've got all of the dragons except for 1. Oh no!
Recall denied.
Oh.
I guess. ikssu really trying to go for a very assassin-heavy build here with the Iceborne Gauntlet and the Dead Man's Plate, but just don't really know who he thinks he's going to be killing, especially since Arrow... I suppose if the poke gets high enough, maybe he would be able to burst somebody down if he phase dove into the back lines.
Probably the plan.
But Arrow is, the amount of sustain that he has, the over shield that he's got with that Bloodthirster is going to make him pretty damn hard to take out of this game.
Yep. And the red buff.
And the red buff.
And the red buff. Red buff for Arrow.
Soon, another Baron for KT Rolster, unless Afreeca can muster together something in order to take this game. But Mickey has just been absolutely brutalized by the single target CC from Maokai and Rek'Sai in this game. Also, Ssumday will have does have his flash back up already, so basically Mickey is going to have a very hard time surviving.
Sure enough. KT may find a fight here. Yeah, they jump right onto ikssu, and ikssu not going to be able to assassinate anybody as he flees for his life. Score there. Probably wisely not engaging. Going for the wards instead. They don't really need to fight this. They can just bait the Baron.
Yeah, ikssu can just actually get right back there with the use of his ultimate if he wants.
Yeah.
He's got home guard, so it's not going to buy him that much time. actually to use his ult.
They're
And
going for it.
here we go.
Well, they're doing it so fast, too. They have the Mountain Drake buff. They've got a ton of items. Afreeca Freecs coming in. I don't think they can do anything before this Dragon goes down. Yep, there we go. True Shot Barrage comes in, and now they're going to fight immediately. The Chaos Storm dropped onto LirA as they try to chase him down. Score, trying to get the back lines, forcing the flash out of SnowFlower. Here comes Ssumday. Nice arcane smash. They get the kill onto Ezreal immediately. Sangyoon not surviving for very long. Another arcane smash. Man, Ssumday is just setting up the kills for KT.
I love Ssumday's patience with the twisted advance. He waited there to get the speed up so he could get in range of Sangyoon. Didn't use it onto LirA, just waited until he could get one of the carries, and then he chained it into the support immediately. SnowFlower, the next to fall, but good target selection and follow-up by KT Rolster.
Man, Ssumday is so good on this Maokai, and it looks like KT is ready to end the game right here. LirA knocked up by the Rek'Sai as they take down the Nexus turrets. Score low health, doesn't matter. Afreeca's face is looking worse. And that's going to be it. The final Nexus turret falls. SnowFlower and Sangyoon come back up. Can they defend? It'd be pretty amazing. Nope, doesn't look like it. Fly just has way too much damage on that Viktor, and it's going to be a 2-0 for KT Rolster. GG.
That's right, KT comes back today. They answer again. Had a couple best-of-3 loss streak versus SKT, and then falling to Rocks in, especially game one, a rather embarrassing way, but they looked really clean tonight.
Yeah. Not bad. And so, a win for KT Rolster. And again, you know, they had two tough matches. They lost SK Telecom, they lost to the Rocks Tigers, but now an opponent clearly a bit weaker than them in Afreeca Freecs. They really kind of outclassed them in every way.
There you go, big Viktor damage from Fly. Same thing at the Varus. Mickey, unfortunately, they just didn't have the answers in the team fight. They built a composition that was extremely vulnerable to Maokai.
Yeah.
And then they just last picked Maokai. They thought perhaps Ssumday wouldn't go for it because of the bad 1v1 matchup, but due to the lane swap, he got a huge lead.
Well, see.